rocking the phone, yeah, talking about how she can make you rock, yeah.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell just so you can know each and every time that we upload. But my name is Passionate.
And this is Mike.
And we've decided to do this series called So This is Marriage. Yeah, so disclaimer first, we are not experts at all, okay? This is just some things that work for us, and plus me and Mike like to discuss things as well as debate. He is the great debater of all times. He debates any and everything. So, you know, sometimes it's good for conversation, sometimes not so much. But anyway, so let's talk about what we decided to talk about today. You want to tell?
We really want to talk about family and friends being involved in your marriage.
Correct. How much is too much with family involvement?
Yes.
And, you know, how much is, I guess, just enough?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But sometimes it can be a little bit too much. So I looked at some things to kind of break it down so we can talk about it a little bit. But let's just talk about our personal experiences. I will say this. This isn't my first rodeo. So I have been married before. And I did make the mistake of having my family and his family, my ex, in the relationship. And it really did pose an issue. So I feel like you can involve your family to a certain extent, but not to the point where it causes an issue where your family is looking at this person in a different light, because essentially that's what's going to happen in the end. What about you?
Well, I was married before also, but we didn't have those issues per se, but I've always seen issues like that with friends and families, relationships, where they get into an argument and they run right to that family or friend. The mom is the most particular choice in this situation, because either the wife or the husband, I know some husbands that like to go to their mom also and tell them what's going on in their marriage and how to fix it, but sometimes it's in a good way. Like they'll say like, oh, my wife, she's nagging me about cleaning up the house or taking care of the baby, and your mom, they might say, well, you need to help out more. And that's a positive, I guess a positive answer to help the marriage. You don't want nothing negative reflecting your marriage though.
Correct. And you know, that's a good point that you made, because sometimes Mike gets on my last nerves. And
she gets on my nerves. And
I go to his mom. You know, she's always usually the first person that I talk to. I'm blessed to have a relationship with her, because she's not going to be biased about the situation. She's going to just tell it how it is, and I love her for that. So that's a good point. Yeah. Sometimes you can go to a family member to get advice and they won't be biased. But I feel like if it was my mom that I was going to and I was saying these things, then I feel like the next family gathering, she's going to give you the side.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just a little bit of our, personal background on it. But I looked at some other things that may impact, your relationship based off of family involvement. So one thing is you override your decisions. So I can already have in my mind what I want to do about a situation, how I want to handle a situation. But then on the flip side, if I go and talk to my mom or whomever, whatever family member I choose to talk to, they can kind of persuade me in a way that maybe could go left. It could be, I could have been on the right track as far as with my decision making. So I know that it will be peace on earth in my home, but in their eyes, it might be something different. People handle things differently. And you have to understand that. You have to figure out what works for you.
Yeah. I said, because I'm not, what do you mean as far as overriding the decision? You mean as far as me and you are arguing, and then you may say, well, I'm gonna forgive him, and then they say, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't you forgive that man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to change your mind state on where you are.
And that's where a lot of marriages, I think, definitely like your first year marriages happen at. And I'm gonna say, like, to the married couples out there that's been together a long time, y'all probably already experienced enough to already see this and dealt with it already. But like these new marriages, like less than a year or two in, y'all gotta keep your family out of like tough arguments, tough decisions like that. Because if me and Pash are arguing like over something petty, and she goes to her mom, and then now her mom is looking at me like I'm the bad guy, and she's like, oh, I can't stand that Mike because he did this to Pash. But we made up already, so we're good. But the family, they see you as the bad guy now,
right?
Because of something petty. You know what I mean? So it's not like I abused her or something. Like something legit, then okay. But if it's something petty, then you shouldn't be running to your family, because all they're gonna do is just judge you at the end of the day, because that's their family. They gonna be biased.
They gonna ride for their family.
Yeah, it's normal to feel that way. But like Pastor was saying, like my mom, she's very unbiased when it comes to that, because she'll cuss me out. She's like, why you do that to Pastor? You better go talk to that girl.
Because she knows that you're petty.
Yeah, sometimes I can be.
You're very petty.
Sometimes I can be, but I realize it, and I'll always come back to her and apologize later on. It takes me a while. I'm very stubborn.
And we will talk about that too. That is a good one. I'm glad I need to write that down. But yeah, and then okay, so this also goes into another one. You share every fight. You shouldn't share every fight, because let me tell you, especially right now in my situation with baby on the way, my hormones a little out of whack, slightly.
What?
So I can't over exaggerate some things. I can get mad because Mike left the milk out, or leaves his drawers open like he does.
Yeah,
Doesn't pick up after himself. Doesn't clean up.
Going on here.
I'm just saying. I can over exaggerate some things. So me going to my mother, my father, whomever, telling them about these petty fights, it, like I said, it's going to cause some type of confusion, and they're going to look at him like, oh my gosh, like I thought Mike was this stand-up guy, and here he is, he's a freaking douche.
It sounds like gang up on Mike show. That's what it sounds like to me. It don't sound like so this is marriage.
So this is marriage.
It sounds like so this is gang up on Mike day. That's what it sounds like.
No, it's not.
And I feel like that's what the segment is going to be the whole entire time. So this is gang up on Mike day.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the next one is you get news second. Now that's something that I'll probably go through the roof about.
Get what?
Get news, like something of importance. Like let's just say I got a promotion at work.
Yeah.
I've already told mom, dad, sister, brother.
Yeah. And your
You get the news.
My wife doesn't know about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
I'm
bad.
pissed.
Yeah.
Because this is supposed to be my best friend.
Supposed to find out first.
Right.
Let
Family know.
Yeah.
Right. When something happens with me at work or wherever, he's always the first person that I text. And then.
And vice versa.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, it is. I always text you first.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Better be
I'm like, babe, guess what I did? Or babe, guess what happened? Even when I'm out there Ubering and lifting, I call her right away. I'm like, hey, guess what happened?
I hear all
my
the
ride?
crazy stories.
Yeah, guess what happened? Somebody threw up in my car and gave me a big tip. She's like, go ahead, babe. Give me that tip money. That's what she does.
Give me that tip money.
Yeah. She's like my pimp.
True. True. Okay, another one we talked about was, friends being involved. Now, sometimes we do consider our friends to be family as well. I mean, I have my best friend, I have very close friends that I consider to be my family. Like, we will always be in each other's lives no matter what. So sometimes having those people involved in your relationship as well can pose a problem. Because of course, if it's your friend, like my best friend, or she's gonna ride with me regardless. However, at times, and this is what I appreciate my friends for, they're going to tell me, hey, Cash, you may be just, a little bit over top about the situation, or they'll ask me, but they have a way, they know how to deal with me. They know not to come out, just straight out and say, you wrong. They ask me hypothetical questions or rhetorical questions like, well, do you think that maybe Mike was thinking about it in this way as opposed to that way? So that's a way of them letting me know, them being devil's advocate. Think about it in a different way as opposed to me just thinking, I'm right, he's wrong. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. He'll never know what he's talking about. I know what the hell is going on.
You got real passion in it, right there. Yeah, but her best friend, she's real stand up. So she, when we get into like a little argument or something, her and Pash will talk, and then she'll call me and see where my head is at also. So she'll talk to me, but she's never judgy. She never judged me on anything. So she's always been a sister to me anyway. So that's one thing I do love about her. So those type of friends,
those are good friends.
Those are good friends I have, because they're gonna tell you when you're wrong, when you messed up, and then they'll try to talk y'all down because they want y'all to stay together. They want y'all to be together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just like your best friend, right?
Yeah. So my best friends, they love us just how we are. They love us to be together, but I don't tell them everything either. I don't tell them our business. So a lot of guys are different in that aspect. Guys don't really tell what's going on in their household or in their marriage or in their relationship. They don't really discuss it that much. They keep everything bottled into themselves, and then when they break up with that person, they'll spill the beans.
Right.
Yeah,
then you hear everything.
Then you'll hear everything. But as far as like, oh yeah, I can't stand her, she does this, this, and this. Yeah, we don't talk about that type of stuff. Alright. But
you know what? That's also a good subject, because men do have a real problem with expressing themselves.
yeah.
Like when you all don't feel, I don't know if you feel emasculated or something, like something is, dealing with your manhood and you just don't want to talk about it.
I think it all depends on your upbringing also, like where you came from. Because if you came from a tough environment, it's hard to express those feelings because you was labeled as soft and all that crazy stuff. But I'm starting to open up just a little bit more, just a little bit. It's tough for me because I never really cry, so it's tough for me to get those emotions out. But I try to express my feelings to Pash a little bit more. But I think she wants me to break down one day and just cry.
It is a work in progress. Like, I've never really seen him.
Yeah, she want me to break down like
cry.
Denzel and just cry.
Because that's a part of your upbringing.
Yeah.
It really is. Because your dad was like, hey, you don't be no punk.
Yeah, said men don't cry.
Right.
We don't play that. Drop one tear, and that was your ass.
That's crazy. Well, to sum it up though, guys, I guess my ending point would be that you definitely have to find what works for you. I feel like the less people involved in your relationship, the less, you'll have issues. You'll be able to work it out together. Sometimes, you may not have all the answers right away, but sometimes it's okay to just take a step back to kind of just think about the situation, but doing it in a loving way. So if I'm having a real big issue with something that Mike is doing, but I don't feel like I want to go to anyone for any advice because it may be that much of a touchy subject, then what I will do is be like, you know what, babe, give me some time. I need some time to think about what I want to say so it doesn't come out, you know, like I'm trying to bash him in any way, or because that's one thing that you don't want to do. You don't want to necessarily bash someone when it is a sensitive situation, because that can make matters worse as well. So I just feel like when you don't have someone else in your ear just, you know, telling you what you should and should not do, what you should and should not take from someone, then I feel like you can make your own decision, because you know what you want out of your relationship.
Exactly. Y'all definitely have to work on each other, because if y'all focused on putting that information out to your family and friends, y'all don't have enough time to focus on each other and the problems that you guys have, the issues that y'all have. So it's gonna be tough coming to each other and then knowing that you did tell a family or a friend. Now you can't even look at that person in the eye anymore. When you originally could have, like, say, okay, that's your best friend. Now your best friend hates your husband, or vice versa, because you was just bashing him or her the other day. So now it's just hard for your husband or wife to even look at your friend the same way. You're like, man, you told him everything or her everything.
Right.
You told her the whole business.
True.
So now, just imagine if you and your friend had a fallout and y'all got into an argument, and then your friend brought all that bad stuff that you laid on the table right back in your face. Say, oh, that's why your husband cheated on you with so-and-so, and you ain't shit, da-da-da-da. So now you put all the information out there. You can't get mad at nobody but yourself. You put everything out there on the table for them to use as ammunition.
That's true, but though, if that situation happens, that wasn't your friend to begin with.
That is true too. That's very true.
So.
Yeah. But it just, my point is, just don't put dirty information out there knowing that you're going to stay with that person. You know what I mean? If you're not going to stay with that person, then by all means put everything out there. But if you know you're going to be with that person for some years, for life, then don't put your dirty laundry out there for the world to see.
True. Good talk. Yep, so if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe and like the video, as well as leave us some comments and let us know some more subjects that we can talk about. We have been getting some information from our friends and everything on social media, so whenever we are speaking about a topic, I will give you a shout out. And thank you so much for, you know, tuning in, and thank you so much for all of the engagement. But yeah, so we will come back again next week with another topic.
Oh yeah.
Haven't decided what the second topic is gonna be, but it should be juicy.
It's gonna be juicy.
We want to start out with something a little tame, you know, like.
Yeah, this was
not
just
over the top. This
from a
is just
scale of 1 to
intro.
10. This is a 1, right? It's
No,
gonna get real hot.
This probably like a 3.
It's gonna get hot and juicy. We got some good topics out there.
Yes, we do. But anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
All right. Why you always looking?
Alright, so let's start this way. Alright. Ready? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you... What else was I saying?
I thought you were gonna go through the whole spiel of saying this is a channel.
Oh, no. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Passionate.
And my name is Mike. What?
Shut up.
Why you always laughing when I introduce myself?
And my name is Mike. What are we on? Is this a news broadcasting? Let's go. Come on. Never act right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Passionate. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And this your boy Mike. You didn't want me to say that.
I'm saying, why you want to do gangster mode? This your boy Mike. You went from newscaster to
I don't know how to say it there, but.
anyway,
this is Mike.
hold on. I'm not gonna start with it. Okay, just wait. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in.